And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to our second match of the night, to our final WTL match here of round 2. We have Psystorm Gaming, or Psystorm Na'Vi, versus Berserker eSports. Again, we just wrapped up with DKZ versus Basilisk. Congratulations to DKZ for claiming that win. Again, Jeshi did pop off there to kick things off. An insane result there for DKZ. But now we're back with our second matchup. And here we go. Up first, we have Gerald going to be representing Psystorm Na'Vi. For those that are curious, there were a couple of partnerships here in WTL. Psystorm Gaming did partner with Na'Vi, and that means that we have Spirit joining the roster of Psystorm. So we have Gerald, Spirit, and MaxPax. A very solid lineup for Psystorm Na'Vi. And we have our first PvP, Gerald versus GunGFuBanDa. Again, GunGFuBanDa, he's always been hit and miss for me. Like, at some points, he can look amazing. At other points, he can look a little bit lackluster. GunGFuBanDa is a really good pickup here, though, for Berserker eSports. He's a bit of a wild card, but he's definitely a threat. He's a threat here to some of the best players out there in the world. And here we go, spawning in the bottom left-hand corner. We have Gerald for Psystorm Na'Vi. And in the top right, we have GunGFuBanDa for Berserker eSports. And as we settle into our game, predictions are open in the chat. Place your bets, papi. Predictions are open. You have like 30 seconds to place your bets on who you believe is going to take this best of 2. What will the scoreline be? As we settle into this, again, Geralt, he was competing a couple of hours ago in our tournament. He was competing in Sparkling Tuna Cup, made his way all the way to the grand finals, did meet his end at the hands of Cristiano, but it was a wild series. It was a back and forth. And what I'm getting at is he's warmed up. He's been playing StarCraft all day today already. And he's warmed up and primed for GunGFuBanDa. He's primed and ready to go. As we are getting into this, we do have our initial openers. It's going to be a 2-gate opener. Oh, never mind. We are setting up for a gate expand. Remember, we are on post-youth. It does mean that our natural base is that much more secure in the main. Ooh, as we do misplace the cyber core there. Gerald shaking his head on cams. Not a good start here for our Polish Protoss player, as he had to rebuild, had to cancel, reposition that cyber core. Is going to be delayed at the same time across the map. We're going for pylon blocks, delaying the expansion. It was a double gas opener from GunGFuBanDa, double gas opener from Geralt. This should be leading into a Stargate. This can lead into Phoenix Wars, as we should be going for a tech structure first before expansion. And there it is. Stargate gets thrown down for GunGFuBanDa, and we should be seeing a Stargate from Geralt as well. And there it is, a Stargate in the way, or on the way. So as we mentioned, because of the openers of choice, both players are going to Stargate, into delayed expansions, and both players scout each other as well, which is why this should lead into Phoenix versus Phoenix, and why this should lead into Phoenix Wars overall. Doesn't have to be. Like, there are some players that try to deviate away and go into Blink Stalkers, but it is difficult. It's very difficult to try to stray away from the path and stray away from the Mass Phoenix. It's not an easy thing to accomplish. Not easy at all, as we go for the cyber block as well. Both players do. And there it is. We have a Phoenix on the way from GunGFuBanDa. We have an Oracle from Geralt. Uh-oh. That is wild. That is an interesting choice here, as... Okay, we do have an Oracle on the way from GunGFuBanDa as well. It's going to be Phoenix into Oracle. Straight up Oracle from Geralt. Bold move. We'll see if this works out, as the pylon from GunGFuBanDa, the structure, does scout. Does confirm the unit, and this is why we go Phoenix! We get on top of the Oracle. The Oracle takes a lot of hits, takes some hull damage as well. And we may as well just commit. Yeah, the Oracle will be killed. There's no saving it. Ooh, a brutal loss for Geralt. You can see him shaking his... no! Geralt, not looking happy on cams. We spoke about it. Again, this is why usually when we get into Stargate versus Stargate, we head towards Phoenixes. And now GunGFuBanDa, he's in the driver's seat. GunGFuBanDa is in the driver's seat here. Can be the production. Has an Oracle on the map. Going into a second Oracle. Ooh, bold move. I do like this though. So with 2 Oracles, we can one-shot probes. So GunGFuBanDa, he has a lot of potential there. You have a lot of potential. As behind this, when we're transitioning into Blink Stalkers, it is going to be slightly faster Blink for Gerald, so he at least has that going his way. There's going to be a small window here where he has Blink over his opponent, but not the biggest of windows, not the biggest of deals. Gerald's now getting to Phoenixes. But the second Oracle has arrived. Now, thankfully, the main base is looking quite secure. We have a shield battery, we have 2 Stalkers. I say that we can lift a Stalker and we can just go to town in the mineral line. Yeah, Gerald, he's going to lose some probes. Yeah, we're pushing in. Thankfully, Phoenix does arrive. We do not commit. We do not commit. GunGFuBanDa backs off. He had potential, but didn't go for it. Does pull back. Both players probing up. It's one of those things where GunGFuBanDa has a lot of potential with double Oracle, but he hasn't actually made use of it yet. Yeah, we're going to be going for defensive stasis traps instead. Remember when Gerald had an epic mustache? Oh. I remember, Poppy. That was peak Gerald. That was Gerald at his strongest, at his finest. With his mustache. Ah, that was beautiful. So beautiful that they still use that picture for his player shot, right? Am I crazy? I think that's still his player shot whenever they showcase him at the start of the match. Never forget. Is Gerald playing from Prism? He did move his camera. If you remember, Gerald, he used to actually angle his camera to look at his bed and his like entire room, and he had like a massive like an entire floor to himself. It was I'm pretty sure it was like basically like an entire roof space. It was like the attic. It looked to be the case. But for now, Gerald, he's going to be expanding, taking his gold as a third. Bold move here by Gerald as GunGFuBanDa. He does reinforce. He does have the supply lead. He has a massive army coming in with Oracles to support. Stasis traps as well to fall back to. And we are looking to punish this third. That is going to be 3 stasis traps. Push on forward, focus down the shield battery. Shield battery goes down. Ooh, trying to bait the army in. Going for the lift. Yeah, Stalkers are going down. Again, Gerald has to be so careful with this army. Yeah, and there's no way that Gerald can even push up that ramp. There's no baiting in. Probes are going down. Oracles towards the main, forcing a defensive warp in. Good shield battery. I'm sorry, good force field is what I meant to say. Good force field in the mineral line. Keeping the army at bay. Yeah, and Gerald, he's struggling here in his defense. Took a chance going for the goal, trying to recover. Oh, the stasis. Oh, do we drag it? We do. Ooh, he has detection. Phew, he has an observer, thankfully. Does shut down the stasis. But he does bleed out 11 probes. Uh-oh. Oh, does he run in? He doesn't. Thankfully, does not. Takes down another stasis. GunGFuBanDa getting a 4th. GunGFuBanDa still maintaining a Stalker lead as well. So as he does catch the Observer, there's still that 1 stasis on the left-hand side. The other is denied. Immortal has hit the field. Did I say Immortal? As it does get focused down. A beautiful pick up there from GunGFuBanDa. Shuts down the Immortal. At least Gerald is mining through from his gold. He's making use of it, despite Gerald being down in workers. The gold base is helping. But is it enough? So another Immortal has made it. We need a live VIP mustache. Oh, no. I've never tried to grow one out. Never tried. I don't know. I'm not too fond of the feeling of, like, maintaining facial hair. I've only ever gone, like, a week. Maybe just under 2 weeks of not shaving. Where I get a little bit scruffy. But I haven't grown anything out. As again, beautiful concave here from Gerald, diving on the army. We shut down the Immortal once again. GunGFuBanDa still just maintaining his map control here. Gerald trying to hold on. But it's just been an uphill battle this entire game from the beginning, from the get-go, with our openers, with the initial Oracle. It's been brutal. And GunGFuBanDa has just not allowed Gerald to breathe. Not giving him a moment here. As we rotate around once again. Charge is done. +2 is on the way. We're getting a 5th base. Jesus. GunGFuBanDa working on a 5th while Gerald's still getting a 4th. Now this angle of attack has been quite awkward for GunGFuBanDa, but there we go. We're rotating over towards or in between the bases. And we can just dive into the main at this point. We can dive into the main base. We go for the blink. And we have the high ground. Overcharge is forced. Focus on the shield battery, focus on the cannon. Immortal does come out in time. Now we can fight the army on our terms. Yeah, Zealorombai gets into the mineral line. Now Gerald fighting out in the open. GunGFuBanDa pushing in. Does spot the army. Yeah, Zealots from one end and the other. Not quite pushing into the goal, but we catch another Immortal. The Immortals are just keeping focus down. Time and time again. And GunGFuBanDa still has the better concave, still has the better positioning here. As he's forcing Gerald further and further back down the ramp. And there's no way to bounce back from here. Again, Gerald, he doesn't have the better economy. There's no tech to work with either. No DTs, no disruptors. And GunGFuBanDa, he has broken Gerald here in game 1. GG gets called. Berserker eSports starting things off with a win. GG. GG, well played. Again, that was a rough game for Gerald from the very beginning. His initial Stargate opener kind of fell on its face. From that moment... Hold on. Oh, we're getting into game. No! I'll show it after. So here we go. We're getting into this, and we have Gerald for SciStorm in the bottom right. Meanwhile, we have in the top left, GunGFuBanDa. Now, hold on. As we're getting into our openers... Where is it? Where's the picture? Do I do. Okay. Now, if you know the lore of the CranKy Ducklings, you should know. You should be aware that famously, Yakuzaku, he's a fellow member of the CranKy Ducklings, fellow caster as well. He has been trying to grow a mustache for years. For years, Papi. For years, he's been trying to grow a mustache. And as his display picture for a long time, can I show this off? Hold on, where is it? Oh, that's me. Hello, hello, Papi. Hello. Hold on, and bam, there he is. For a long time, his display picture is him with a drawn on beard and mustache. It looks good, to be fair. It does look good, and I believe, if I remember correctly, I believe Yaku did end up drawing on a mustache. Was it like 2021, like Halloween? Was it 2021? There was a year where Yaku did end up drawing on a mustache for a cast. And I remember he got a little bit high off of the texture. Like the texture fumes right under his nostrils was not a good idea. It was it was not good, Papi. It was not good. But he did draw on a mustache at one point. Ay. I mean, what I will say is that it didn't look too bad on him. The drawn on facial hair, but yeah. Ay. It was Milk who drew. Yes, Milk did make the Photoshop. He did make the Photoshop. Just grabs a toxic marker. It was fine, it was fine. Jefe Acosta de la Montezaku. Oh, that's beautiful. El Jefe, man. Ay, ay, ay. But here we go. We're getting into game number 2. We're settling on in. Ooh, into Golden Aura. My apologies. Okay, story time's over. We can focus on the game. It's, I believe, was a 2-gate opener. Yeah, 2-gate opener out of GunGFuBanDa. Ooh, we do have Gerald going for a slightly faster base, but only slightly by like a second or so. Okay, 2-gate openers all around. 2 gateways by Gerald, 2 gateways by GunGFuBanDa. We have our tech of choice. Gerald's going for his Twilight Council. And GunGFuBanDa only a couple of seconds behind. So mirrored builds. So far, mirrored builds. Hallucination Scouts are moving out. We have seen a lot of sentry-based openers here in these more standard games as of the recent patch. And with these hallucinations, we're keeping an eye on the tech. And even though hallucination gets focused down, do we see the Twilight Council? Oh! I think we barely did spot it. As we see everything else as well. At the same time, GunGFuBanDa gets across the map. He freely gets a scout of the main base, does get eyes on Blink. Is aware of what's going on. So everyone knows that there's no shenanigans, there's no Stargate opener, there's no Robo opener, there's no Dark Shrine, for example. No hidden tech. We are fully aware of what we are up to. Maximoto, ah. Fake mustaches are just as important as any SC2 match. Let's be real. True, true. Aye, aye, aye. It's gonna be Chase. Chase, Chase never, he has a real mustache. What do you mean? Chase has a real mustache. Hold on, now it's time to showcase Chase. Hold on, where is he? I think I have a photo of Chase with a mustache. Yeah. Look at this. Talk about Jefe. Hold on. Bam! Look at him! Look at him! Ah, that's not a Photoshop, by the way. That's real. Like Chase, he does live in a rural area. He lives in the outback of Australia. For those who don't know, he does live on a farm. Unironically, I'm doxing him right now. I'm doxing him. That's Chase. Ah, that's why he's got such fast APM, baby. He's quick to draw. It's beautiful. More Photoshop than no, that's real. That's real. That's actually real. The filter is there is a filter. There's like a brown filter on it, but that is a real photo of Chase, looking good. Cowboy Chase. But here we go. We do see GunGFuBanDa pushing out towards the left-hand side. Again, both players are expanding, taking their third bases. Good positioning here by Gerald. Again, does have a slightly better concave here, but we do bleed out the sentries. Meanwhile, GunGFuBanDa saving his own. Nice control here by GunGFuBanDa. Snipes the sentries of Gerald, saves his own, backs off. Adept's going to be threatening a shade towards the natural. Gerald, he will keep up with this. Does wall off in the end. GunGFuBanDa trying to pull Gerald apart. Going for the third once again. But is being forced back. Bleeding out a... Oh, not bleeding out a Stalker. Crisp blink there by GunGFuBanDa. Does get away. A kangaroo killer. The emu slayer. That's it, Papi. That's it. His family does... His lineage does go back generations to the Great Emu War. The family of Chase, they did take part. There was a great battle. On his home, on his land. It's where Chase lost his grandfather to the emus. For those who don't know, there was an emu war in Australia. That is a thing. There was a war that was held against the emus. Unironically. that is a part of history. The emus, they had it. They rose up, Papi. They rose up against the people. And the war ensued for a couple of years. It was it was wild. It was a dark time in Australia's history. Emu won, by the way. They did win. Did win. They now have their own territory. They are their own nation. As we do see Gerald pushing out. Unscattered, by the way. GunGFuBanDa out of position. That is a cancel on the 4th base. Good pick off here by Gerald. Very nicely done. At the same time, GunGFuBanDa is ready to dive into the main. We do have Zealots poised to dive in. Speaking of, there we go. That prism does load up. And we do slip into the mineral line. GunGFuBanDa may have lost the base, but he does get some probes. There's going to be 3, 4 workers going down. 5 probes even. Oh. Ay. Forcing back some reinforcements. We catch some stalkers as well. Good catch here by GunGFuBanDa. That's going to be 1. That's going to be 2 stalkers going down. 4 stalkers even. The prism gets the warp in. No shot. The warp in does complete as well. And Gerald's on the back foot. If Zeld's still in the main base, Gerald's still keeping supply in the main as well as a result. And Gerald. That 4th, it's going to be cancelled. GunGFuBanDa going for the kill, denying that 4th base. And can he keep pushing? If he had his Warp Prism with his main army, I think he could. But from here, it takes a little bit longer to get reinforcements. And there's no rush. I mean, he's up a base. He just maintain his 4th, contain his opponent on 3 bases. The Prism survives. Gets away with some Zealots. Oh, this is an awkward angle to push into. The SimCity working against GunGFuBanDa. So we have a wall of gateways. But again, as you mentioned, all that GunGFuBanDa needs to do is just contain. And there's the recall in the Prism to get it out of there. 4th base is up and running. GunGFuBanDa, has the better economy. Has the better upgrades. Oh, never mind, sorry. Worse upgrades, actually. Gerald's already on +2, working on +3. Okay, so what does Gerald have going for him? As he's contained on 3 bases, he's been bleeding out some units. Gerald does have disruptors. And +3. +3 is on the way, so there's going to be a timing with +3. Disruptors are on the way as well. We can hit critical mass. And even a handful of disruptors can make up for a deficit in supply. GunGFuBanDa may be up 30 army supply, but a handful of Novas can make the biggest of differences here. They can sway a fight in favor of Gerald. But we're still getting there. We're making 2 disruptors at a time. I think we have 1 with the main army. They are coming. The balls. They're coming out. They're on the way. We have a fake War Prism getting in between the bases, drawing away the army. We're going for the gateways. But here comes that disruptor. Here come the Novas. And GunGFuBanDa has to respect it, has to back off. Does get 2 gateways. No Nova from Gerald. That would have been the moment. But we didn't go for it. Behind this, we can see GunGFuBanDa going into double Stargate production. He's going for Phoenixes. How do you deal with disruptors? Either getting into your own disruptors, or you can go mass Phoenix and just lift them. You can just lift, Pappy. Just lift. Lifting a disruptor will cancel the Nova. As a heads up. But GunGFuBanDa needs time getting there. We have +1 air attack on the way. Rotating around. More disruptors are amassing. Phoenix production has begun for GunGFuBanDa, as we mentioned before. And we have the fleet beacon on the way as well. So we do see the armies clashing for a moment. Looks like a Nova went off. Looks like there was a decent connection. Zealots into the main. The cannon putting in some work, but that was a delayed reaction from GunGFuBanDa. Reaction was delayed. There are the Phoenixes in production. Dark Shrine on the way as well. Fleet Beacon's going to be for, I imagine, Phoenix range. Or we could just begin going into a mothership, which would make sense. Mothership is honestly a pretty solid supportive unit here in PvP. And we have 3 Phoenixes, still not enough, as we're up against 5 Disruptors. Soon to be 6 and 7. And Gerald's getting into his own Stargates. Never goes off, doesn't connect. Ooh, GunGFuBanDa. So he goes up to 5 Phoenixes and then carrier production has begun. There is a 6th Phoenix on the way. They are revealed. Carriers are in production. +3 is done for Gerald, but it's about to finish up for GunGfu. Does finish. That is a big Zealot run by, though. GunGFuBanDa not too far behind. Grandpa chase. Aye. Riding his ostrich into the sunset. Riding his emu, papi. I guess we're not allowed to do that anymore because of the emu war. True. Not anymore. Let's see, we go. The Zealot runby was cleaned up. At least Gerald's runby was cleaned up. Zealot's pushing out towards the right-hand side. They do deny the 5th. Yeah, 5th base is going to be cancelled. DTs, they get into the mineral line, though. Gerald fighting back. Dark Templar, they bust in. They depower all the gateways. A bit of an Artosis pylon was set up there, as the pylons did fall. Carriers are amassing. Where is that detection? We're going for the Nexus. And yeah, the Nexus is going to go down. Cannons, they don't get repowered in time. Big snipe. Now, as GunGFuBanDa is amassing carriers, and he has been building up his carrier count back at home, he's been keeping them and building them up at home, we have Tempests on the way from Gerald. And I do like this. So, Tempests, they do bonus damage to massive units. Tempests are the counter to carriers in PvP. But the reality is that we've started carrier production sooner. Like, carriers have been amassing a lot faster here compared to the Tempest. So, Gerald, he needs to recover. There we go. Big connections. Oh my god. Massive connections on those Zealots. Dark Templar are shut down. But yeah, I think we're only on 2 Tempests. Maybe like 1 to 2 Tempests here for Gerald. We're getting there. Going for a counterattack. And do we come back home or do we keep pushing? Gerald, he has to make a choice. He's looking to intercept. Can he catch the carrier? Not quite, but regardless, yeah, GunGFuBanDa, he has to retreat. Immortal goes down, Novas go up. Shut down the sentries. Now, what's important here is that, again, the carrier was revealed to Gerald, so he's aware to just double down on Tempest production. So in a longer game, I do favor Gerald's army. And he's got Disruptors, soon to be Tempests, but we're not there yet. Nova's going up, but we do lift the Disruptors, most of them. One Nova does connect, but the others do not. And that's a massive cleanup. Aye. So many Disruptors go down. Immortals as well. And this was the fight that GunGFuBanDa was looking for. Shutting down, I want to say 5 Disruptors there. We did have a recall, a handful of them did escape. Tempests are amassing, but you can see Gerald plummet in supply. He needs time to recover. 2 more Stargates on the way. We're getting into Skytoss versus Skytoss. We're getting there. We do see GunGfu once again pushing out towards the south. Up to 4 carriers. Getting into his own Tempest as well. Into his own Disruptors. No, the recall Disruptor, it's stuck! No! The recall earlier did trap a Disruptor at that linear third. It's a little bit smooge. That is essentially dead supply. It might be worth killing it, otherwise Gerald could spend a recall to save it, or I guess just break it free. So for now, we are pushing in. We need to get an update. At some point, the WTL Observer, he better give us an update on that Disruptor. Is it still there? Do we have a plan to save it? I believe we don't have a War Prism. Yeah, there's no War Prism, because we are pushing out. Expanding towards the low ground. Gerald does get eyes on the gold. He is aware of it. Does force a reaction from GunGFuBanDa. The game is slowing down for the most part here. And we're cutting the map in half. GunGFuBanDa up a base. Does catch some stalkers. Good pickups. Couple of stalkers go down. We have a line of cannons and shield batteries on the way. Prism slips into the main base, but the GunGFuBanDa doesn't have the supply to warp in. He has no free army supply to warp in, so a little bit awkward there for the Prism. As we're going for a recall across the map, we're going for the base. There we go, we have the counter recall. Can we time these Novas? Nova goes up. Ooh, does connect, takes down a couple of stalkers. Overcharge is popped. Not a bad move here by GunGFuBanDa. He doesn't break through, but he does clear up a lot of the side defense. As we chase down a Tempest. GunGFuBanDa, a bit of a missed rally here. Leads out the mothership as well. Does have to retreat. GunGFuBanDa, again, he's down in Tempest. You can see the Tempest army of Gerald just kind of bullying GunGFuBanDa. Getting some free shots off. As that is a lot of Tempest. Again, Gerald, he's been building up that Tempest count a lot longer. Yeah, that is 8 Tempest with the main army. And GunGFuBanDa has to refine his army, throw away some supply, and rebuild and remax with more Tempest. The Tempest Wars, they're here. Speaking of freeing up supply, we get a Zealot Archon counterattack. Again, we're throwing this away, trading as best we can, but we're just freeing up supply for more Tempest. GunGFuBanDa pushes in towards the right-hand side once again. He does have a recall available. Remember, the recall used earlier was the mothership recall. So we break through another defensive line. And we recall back home. Zealot Rumba on the left-hand side, getting into some of the side defense as well. GunGFuBanDa, I'm loving how he's rotating between the bases. He has to make a decision here. Where are we spending our supply? 12 more Zealots on the way. We take down cannons, shield batteries. We're going for the base. And can we get it? Oh, it's going to be close. Nova goes off. Big connection on the disruptors. GunGFuBanDa, massive connection there. Avoids the Nova of Gerald. Takes down the mothership. Takes down the base as well. And we're forcing Gerald back. Oh, Tempest are going down though. GunGFuBanDa's Tempest, I mean. And you can see the Tempest of Gerald still trading well. We take down a carrier. But what about the bases? That's the thing here. What about the bases? Another Tempest gonna be falling. Ooh, another Tempest is bled out here for GunGFuBanDa. He has to retreat. Meanwhile, GunGFuBanDa was going for warp-ins, and he's going for a big counterattack towards the north. I think that's just Zealots, if I remember correctly. Yeah, Zealots and DTs. But we have rebuilt that side defense. Now, once again, GunGFuBanDa kills the base, which is good. Don't get me wrong. He has a better economy than his opponents. That's reflected in the bank. So you can see that Gerald, he's out of minerals. He's down to 500 minerals here. But Gerald he still maintains that Tempest count, and he's still able to trade more efficiently. So Gerald is trading more efficiently, but GunGFuBanDa he has the better economy. So there's this dynamic going on as the Zealots and DTs, they hit the northern base. They don't break through. Overcharge does protect it, but GunGFuBanDa is taking another base. GunGFuBanDa now on 8 bases compared to the 6 of Gerald. Like, Gerald, he needs to take down one of these bases and take it for his own. The problem as well is that GunGFuBanDa's been mining from bottom left for so long. He's been mining from the gold for so long that it's mining out. Even if even if Gerald took down that base, it wouldn't even matter. Would not matter too much. He recalls to the right-hand side. The army is revealed. And GunGFuBanDa, does he defend top right or does he push? We have our answer. He's pushing. So we're trading a base for a base. Now these cannons are going to buy some time. They're going to try and trade. Meanwhile, yeah, the base is cancelled, and we can actually keep going. This is dangerous. So GunGFuBanDa is losing 1 Nexus. Meanwhile, Gerald's losing 2. As we deny a base and we push in towards that linear third. Gerald, he turns back around. He did not kill the top right. He didn't kill the Nexus. I did not kill the base. He bleeds out 2 and he gets nothing in return. Yeah, a brutal moment here for Gerald. Did not take down the Nexus, which means GunGFuBanDa can always recall there. He can always recall if need be. As he does pull back. Gerald chasing him down, gets a carrier. Gets a second carrier as well. Very nice damage. Can he get a third carrier? My God, the Tempests are cracked. They're crazy. The power of the Tempest. Good pickups. Ooh, that will depower the Cyber Core. Cyber Core goes down. We have some DT harass towards the top right. Cannons are needed. Observer does arrive in time. Okay, we can see once again Gerald is rotating towards top right. I don't think that GunGFuBanDa can save that base. I don't think he can really engage with all these Tempests. How many do we have? I want to say 15. I want to say like around 15 Tempests. Maybe 13. Novas go off. We shut down the Archons. And once again, this is triggering a counterattack. Once again, as we... This time we do kill top right, but GunGFuBanDa pushes in. Takes down bottom left. Does force a cancel. And this is still better for GunGFuBanDa. Like, he still has a better economy. This time catching some extra pylons. He can always recall back home. Threatening the main. Gerald, he has to respond. He cannot lose that main. Okay, Stalkers can be an answer here. It's not ideal. Stalkers are revealed. We do bleed out. Not quite any of them yet. The army's revealed we're pushing. Now, I believe Gerald hasn't recalled. He can still recall back home when this army reveals itself. And likewise, GunGFuBanDa can also respond with his own recall. Gerald turning around. Yep, there's that recall. Does recall to not the main. He recalls to the third, I think. Yeah, recalls to the third base. And GunGFuBanDa, he has to recall the hell out of here. Bleeds out of Tempest. But denies top right. Interesting. Okay, he recalled to the gold. I do like this, actually. I do think that he can still actually threaten the main. As I say that, Gerald anticipating the movement here. Yeah, he's defending his new base. So Gerald, he's going to be protecting bottom left. That's where GunGFuBanDa is as well. I still don't favor GunGFuBanDa in a straight up fight. I don't know if you've noticed, but GunGFuBanDa, he's been avoiding the main fight. He's been avoiding the Tempest. Does trade. But yeah, the Tempest count's still in favor of Gerald. We have to respect it. Which again is why GunGFuBanDa, he's been going for these hidden run tactics. Taking down a base, recalling back home, getting another base. And at this point, I think that Gerald, he's realized that it's more important that he defends his mining base instead. So he's going to stay back at home. Threatening the gold. Does threaten the gold. From here, I would like to see GunGFuBanDa rotate towards the north instead and take down the northern base, the northern center base. Gerald pulling back as well. Again, Gerald has very limited map vision right now, so he's trying to anticipate the movement here of GunGFuBanDa. Trying to make sure he doesn't get caught out. War Prism slips in. As War Prism gets shut down, at the same time, GunGFuBanDa diving on the army. Does get the disruptors, gets one, gets two. Novas go off, they take down the Zealots. Another Nova connects as well. Ooh. Yeah, the Stalkers are being cleaned up. GunGFuBanDa is going to get the hell out of here. Does have to retreat. You can see GunGFuBanDa not looking happy on cams, actually, after that loss. I mean, he did take a lot of nervous to the face. Being a little bit frustrated. I mean, again, like, I don't think he can take a head-on fight yet. GunGFuBanDa does have better air upgrades. He has air armor. Time to stay trade for a moment. GunGFuBanDa going for a counterattack with his stalkers. He's checking top right. Nothing is there. Ah, there's a DT. And now we can threaten the cannons as well. That should force a reaction. This is a lot of stalkers. Yeah, there's the overcharge. Jesus. That's 20 Tempest, by the way. I was saying 15 earlier, and I'm pretty sure that was around accurate, but now we're up to 20 here. We have them selected on bottom right. That's a lot of Tempest. There we go. GunGFuBanDa, he does force a reaction. Again, the goal here is for GunGFuBanDa. He's getting tired, Papi. Hands off the keyboard for a moment there. So the goal here, GunGFuBanDa is trying to drag the army towards top right while he pushes towards bottom left. Now, remember, Gerald does have a recall. Tempest are going ham. They're shutting down the base. We go for a dive. Storms are thrown down. A lot of stalkers falling, but we do push in towards that base. There's that recall. We don't gain any ground. Some of the Tempests were actually left top right. That's a little bit concerning. GunGFuBanDa, he can shut this down. Oh, that's a lot of stalkers. Yeah, we can chase out the Tempest. A big miscalculation from Gerald. No! That's going to be 1. That's going to be 2. That's going to be 3. Can we get 4? 4 Tempests going down. This is massive. Can we get 5? We get 5 Tempests. Can we get 6? Ay, ay, ay. Gerald, the recall. Again, a little bit misplaced. And we also take down bottom left. Gerald getting pulled apart there. 6 Tempests go down. He goes from 20 to 14. Which is still a lot, but a lot more manageable now for GunGFuBanDa. No longer a terrifying amount of Tempest. Ay, ay, ay. Now, Nexus is going to be shut down. If you have an observer, we can chase down the DTs. Now, Gerald is remaxing, but the bank tells a story. You can see that Gerald, he has 700 gas and 1,000 minerals, 1,600 minerals. The reason for this is because Gerald hasn't been mining. He has not been mining. He has barely had any mining bases. GunGFuBanDa has a massive bank to work with. Gerald does remax, but he can't do that too often. He cannot do that too often at all. He has to be very careful with his trades. Never goes off, doesn't connect. We take down 2 more Tempests. And this may be the beginning of the end here. GunGFuBanDa, he smells blood in the water. Pushing in. And collapsing the army is going to be cutting back to the safety of his cannons and shield batteries. Storms going off on the stalkers. They do soften them up. But this is good for GunGFuBanDa. All he has to do is trade. Just trade, pick off a Tempest here or there wherever he can. And Gerald, he's, again, running out of resources. Now, what's important here is that Gerald, he has expanded towards the center of the map. Bottom left, I should say. Bottom center base. So he can sustain himself. It is a fresh mining base. But he bleeds out 2 more Tempests. 3 more Tempests go down. Do we get a 4th? We get a 4th Tempest just barely towards the end. Now, that may have looked like a bad trade, and it was an inefficient trade for GunGFuBanDa, but because of his bank, just keep warping in. Just keep warping in, and if we can just dive in and kill 4 Tempests at a time like that, I mean, that's still just worth it for GunGFuBanDa. And we're pushing out once again. Gerald's rotating over towards the top right. Pushing towards the base. And yeah, GunGFuBanDa, he's happy to just trade bases. Going for the last mining base of Gerald. It's going to be going up. Good connections. Will we take down the disruptors? 24 probes go down. At the same time, though, this base is going to fall as well. GunGFuBanDa bleeding out 37 probes. Meanwhile, 27 go down for Gerald. As we chase down even more workers. Now, on the one hand, GunGFuBanDa has a bank. True, he does have a bank to work with. He has a lot of gas, but he needs to also expand because GunGFuBanDa, I believe, is running out of minerals. Like, he's running out of resources to mine from, specifically. There are still 2 bases on the map that are worth taking. Top right and center left. Nevers go off. Ooh, good connections. They take down an Archon. This is still on a knife's edge here. DT coming in. Again, like, both players are burning through their resources. I still give the edge to GunGFuBanDa, but at the same time, if he trades too inefficiently, like, he's burning through his bank faster than Gerald. And it's just because the Mass Tempest is more efficient. Like, it's just a reality here. Gerald can trade better with his Mass Tempest. Base is being taken. GunGFuBanDa pushing in, takes down another base. Gerald's on the way, he's coming. Does turn back around, GunGFuBanDa gonna back off. Gerald is taking top right. Down to 16 probes. Gerald is stuck at 140 supply, he cannot remax. Gerald, he just does not have the resources to remax anymore. Not anymore. We're going for the base. Snipe on the Oracle. Ooh, on a Tempest as well. And yeah, we're collapsing. We're diving in. There's no reason not to. Novas go up. They connect with the Archons. We can focus down the disruptors. Storms are being thrown down, but they tickle the Stalkers. Not ideal. Yeah, and Gerald, he's being chased all the way back to his natural. Losing his entire ground army. Now he only has his Tempest remaining. And how many do we have? 7. At one point, we had 20. At one point, we had 20 Tempests, but alas, not anymore. And again, GunGFuBanDa looking strong in this series. It's been a long one. It's been a grueling game 2 here. I thought we were going to have like an early night here tonight, but nah, it's not going to be the case. We're in for the long hauls. We're chasing down the final units. GG, well played, and GunGFuBanDa will take the series 2-0. A strong start for Berserker eSports. GG. Oh my, the shaky cam. I don't think either player were happy about that. Like, we saw a lot of moments of frustration from GunGFuBanDa where he's like, why don't you just die? Like, time and time again. I should fix this up. Chase is not with us. Hold on. Where are my plushies? There they are. GG, well played. GunGFuBanDa does take the 2-0, but we saw a couple of times that where GunGFuBanDa, he was visibly frustrated, where he was like, oh my god, like, you're always recalling, you're always where you need to be, like, I just want to kill you. And eventually he did, but it was a long one. Again, just because of the dynamic of the armies and how they were maneuvering and how the Mass Tempest works, of course. Like, it was a battle of attrition there. Did go the distance, and in the end, GunGFuBanDa did bring Gerald down 2-0. But now we're getting ready for our next PvP of the night. We're getting ready for DNS versus MaxPax. Let's go. MaxPax, of course, he's the ace player of Psystorm Na'Vi. Meanwhile, DNS was the ace player of the Platinum Heroes, but he has joined a new team. And here we go in the top right-hand corner. We have MaxPax for Psystorm Na'Vi. And in the bottom left, we have DNS for Berserker eSports. Now, DNS is a new pickup. DNS, he was the ace player of the Platinum Heroes for a season, if you remember. It was DNS initially, and then followed by Firefly, when Firefly got picked up. But there was a bit of a reshuffling of players. You know, Platinum Heroes, they lost a bunch of players, they picked up a bunch of players. There's a lot of restructuring going on amongst some of the mid-tier teams, or teams like Platinum Heroes and Berserker. As Platinum Heroes lost DNS, Berserker picked him up. And I do think that DNS is actually a really good pickup for Berserker eSports. And even though MaxPax is favored, 100% MaxPax is favored in this series, DNS, we've seen him take it to some of the best players out there. We've seen him shine in WTL. And I do think that DNS does pose a threat to MaxPax. Again, MaxPax is still favored, but it's not going to be an easy one. I want to believe that we can make MaxPax work for it. Again, it's purely mirror matchups for this series, so hope you're ready for some more PvP and more TVT afterwards as well. As for now, we're just getting into our openers. It is going to be a gate expand setup here from MaxPax. Meanwhile, a 2-gate opener from DNS. So DNS, he's going to have the option to go for an all-in against the greedier build of MaxPax. Again, MaxPax, his buildings are in the main base, yes, but it's still only one gateway, and he is looking to expand. Did open up double gas, so it looks like MaxPax is going for a Stargate first, followed by the Nexus. Speaking of, there's that Stargate, as we did mention, and the Nexus should be thrown down thereafter. Now, I believe DNS, his only probe on the map is the scouting probe, so he has no proxy setup. Can still one base all in from his side of the map, but right now it's on DNS. Does he all in, or does he play from behind economically? We could try to go for a Stargate opener ourselves. We go for the Cyber block as well. Pylon did finish. Cybercore has been thrown down. Again, DNS trying to delay the expansion for as long as he can. And there it is. There's the Stargate. It's on the way. Now, DNS should know that MaxPax is a Stargate as well. So this could just be a Phoenix first. MaxPax should be going for the Oracle. There it is. Oracle is on the way. Big delay on the Nexus. Cybercore should be cancelled soon. And behind this, DNS should be expanding. Again, DNS, he's not going all in or anything like that. There's a cancel just in time. Whew. We cancel the Cybercore. Here comes the Oracle. We have a safety shield battery in the mineral line for DNS. Again, he's aware of the Stargate, so the Oracle is no surprise. Ooh, and that is a second Oracle on the way for MaxPax. I would have loved it to have seen DNS going for the Phoenix. Going for the Oracle here is bold. It's a bold move here by DNS. Again, the Phoenix would completely shut down Oracle play. DNS taking a chance. Looks like he wants to harass across the map as well. MaxPax just waiting for his second Oracle, and here we go. He's moving out with 2 Oracles towards the south. He's moving out with Stalker Zealot towards the natural. He's going to try and pull apart the attention of DNS, and these 2 Oracles, they can get a lot of damage done. They can pop off. Meanwhile, DNS, he won't have his Oracle to defend back at home, which is concerning. He's being distracted here by the army. There is a shield battery. Shield battery does not matter when we're one-shotting units. And we head for the main. Phoenix comes out just in time. But we still focus out as many probes as we can. We get 5. 5 workers go down. Force the recall at the same time across the map. We also get 5 probes. DNS, the gamble pays off. Oh my god, DNS achieving the same amount of damage with 1 Oracle that 2 Oracles did for MaxPax. Very nicely done here by DNS. Gets 7 probes across the map. He got even more damage, by the way. Phew. Again, I was worried about the Oracle first, but thankfully went for a Phoenix thereafter. Now, what's important is that the aggression isn't over. You know, MaxPax may be behind in workers, but he still did recall one of his Oracles. He still has one of them up and running. I believe one. I think the other did die, or did get picked up. So he can still threaten some of these bases. There are still opportunities for MaxPax to bounce back. As MaxPax did invest into his own Phoenix. At least I did see it in the production tab. I'm uncertain if he cancelled or not. Moving out with his Oracle. I think he might have cancelled it. As a blink is on the way for both players. Meanwhile, also, my apologies, I didn't get to give you a shout out earlier, but a shout out to Rodin18 in the chats. Oh my god, thank you so much for subscribing for 7 months. Hello, Light. Get that. Thank you so much for the subscription, Rodin. Do appreciate it. Gracias, papi, gracias. As the Oracle, we spoke about it earlier, does come back in. Blink is not done, by the way. We get 2 more probes. Good counter damage dealt. Counter damage dealt here as we do move out. I was just actually having a look at the predictions, and majority do predict 1-1, by the way. I'm impressed. Majority, they believed in the 1-1 score. We'll see if we can get there. I mean, it has not been a bad game here from DNS, but he's still up against the beast. He's still up against the best Protoss in Europe. Blink is finishing up. Is done now for both players. Third base is on the way for both MaxPax and DNS. MaxPax with a slight lead. We do bait out the stasis. We're going for the base. We're looking for the cancel, and can we force that cancel? We get a kill on the Stalker. Going for the shield battery as well. Very nicely done here by DNS. He will be forced back. He's going to be forced back here. Boys are being pulled. DNS does have the Stalker lead. And MaxPax has to retreat. Has to be very careful with how he engages. We do pick off 1 Stalker. Bit of a misstep there from DNS as he's being harassed back across the map. Ooh, probes are going down, but that's going to be a kill on the Nexus. He's going to get it. He wants more than the Nexus. He wants the army. Again, MaxPax in a lot of trouble here. Reinforcements have arrived. We dive on the Stalkers. DNS losing 16 probes back at home. He's all in. We have the overcharge. Again, the Adept Jurassic got out of hand. It got out of control. But we can two-shot these Stalkers. Overcharge was just spent. We did have that Stalker. So the Stalker, the Phoenix. Phoenix was built. And we're barely holding on. We're barely forcing DNS back. We saved the third. The third should have died. The third should be dead here, but barely it does survive. DNS being forced back, but here come the reinforcements. And can he make up for it? Can he still break the third base? As that Nexus is so low. The overcharge is about to come out off of cooldown. It's about to come off. We dive on the army. We focus down the Stalkers one after the other. Good target firing by DNS. There's 3 Stalkers left. We're down to 2. And we spoke about this earlier again. DNS, he was the ace player of Platinum Heroes for a reason. He was picked up for Berserker for a reason as well. And it looks like DNS is snowballing out of control. He gets 6 more probe kills. We have the overcharge. It's buying some time, but more reinforcements are on the way. And DNS, he should have enough to break MaxPax. I mean, it's been impressive for MaxPax to defend for so long. Very impressive here, despite so much working against him. There we go. Boys being pulled once again. Good kiting here from DNS. Does pull back. Yeah, picking up those probes. Does bleed out a Stalker. Good pick off by MaxPax. Is a good pick off. Again, if only we had a War Prism. There it is. We have 5 gates on the way. We have a War Prism in production as well for DNS. He knows he is so close to breaking MaxPax. Oh, so close. But he barely doesn't have enough. I can't believe the base is still up and running. Crazy. MaxPax, he did save it. It's maintaining his Warpins as well. And MaxPax is evening up the army supply. He's trying to. Oracle coming in. We are in position. Oof. We barely do not get the Oracle. Does survive, but here comes the War Prism. Again, you can see the numbers here. 15 Stalkers from MaxPax, 21 for DNS. But DNS, he does leave a Stalker back at home to defend. They're trying to get a better angle of attack. There is an overcharge available here for MaxPax as well. Going for another warp in. The Zealots are on the way. Diving on the army. Zealots say going for the mineral line. We do have the overcharge. But Zealots say get into that natural. There are Zealots to defend. Zealots to defend. Looks like MaxPax, he will hold on to his natural base. We're going for another big warp in. Again, GNS, he still knows how close he is to breaking MaxPax. Boys are being pulled. They need to be. Zealots coming in from the north. Good blinks here from DNS. Cleans up all the Zealots. But the Stalker army from MaxPax is overwhelming. Does force him back. We have a pretty comparable Stalker army. But more warp-ins are coming in. That was 11 more probes going down. No more shield battery. No more overcharge. And it looks like we have finally broken the base. I say that. Another warp-in. We have an immortal. We do have an immortal coming in, but the warp-ins, they look like they should be too much. We dive on the immortal. We focus it down. Stasis does not trigger. Oh, we're so close. Oh, it does trigger in the end. Does catch 4 Stalkers. MaxPax. Again, pulling off a crazy defense. Going for the Warp Prism as well. He does take a lot of hits to the face, though. He gets the Prism, but it costs him a lot of Stalkers. And there's no backup shield battery. Yeah, 3 Stalkers left. GG gets called, and DNS finally does it. He breaks MaxPax. GG. Oh my god. Bappy. GG, well played. DNS, he does fight back, and suddenly, Berserker eSports are up 3-0. Berserker eSports, they're up 3-0. One more game, one more win, and Berserker will take it over SciStorm Na'Vi. Ay, ay, ay. Berserker eSports popping off here tonight. I mean, they're fielding their A team, their strongest, and spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have MaxPax for SciStorm Na'Vi. And in the bottom right, we have DNS for Berserker eSports. And again, MaxPax, he is the best Protoss in Europe. He is the ace player of SciStorm, but one more loss and he is out of this. And again, I was 100% behind DNS taking a map, but taking 2, that would be crazy. That would be insane. Like, we've seen DNS take it to the best players in the world before. We saw it last season and the season before that. There's a reason why we got on the DNS hype train last year. Looking so damn good. But to take game 1 against MaxPax, that's impressive. Whew. But it's not over yet. You know, Berserker, they are so close to that win, but the reality is that the caliber of players on SciStorm, it's MaxPax and Spirit. MaxPax and Spirit, they are still in this tournament. They're still in the lineup here in game 2, and Spirit thereafter. And they can totally bring it back and pull off a reverse sweep. I would not put it past them. It is within the realm of possibility here to pull off a reverse sweep, so the pressure is still on DNS. Again, up after this is Spirit versus BattleB, and Spirit is 100% favored over BattleB. Like, Spirit is a monster. Especially in that TVT. So there's still a lot of pressure on, and we are going for a proxy pylon. Okay, so a couple of things. It's a 2-gate opener from DNS. Meanwhile, it's a gate expand from MaxPax. It is a gate expand, so DNS, he's faking a 1-base all-in. Now, based on the pylon placement, it looks like a Stargate. This looks like a proxy Stargate, maybe a proxy Twilight Council, but I'm leaning more towards Stargate. We'll see what it's going to be. Cybercore is done. MaxPax is going for his own Stargate opener before expansion. This is the go-to build for MaxPax. And DNS actually is not making... Oh, he's going for the proxy Twilight Council! He's crazy. I don't know how I feel about this. So, proxy Twilight Council, this could be one of 2 things. This could be a 4-gate blink all-in, or I'm leaning more towards proxy Dark Shrine. I'm leaning towards the Invisible Man. You know, you proxy the Twilight Council, and you proxy the Dark Shrine as well. The problem with a proxy Dark Shrine is that we're opening Oracle, right? We're opening Stargate. MaxPax has detection, and there's that Oracle. He's going to have a revelation. And DNS should be aware of that. He should be aware of the Stargates, and it is going to be Blink. Okay. I'm more behind this. It's going to be a one-base blink all in. We have more gateways on the way as we speak. Oracle has been scouted, has been confirmed. It's on DNS to minimize damage from that Oracle and to mass up his Stalkers. Safety Void Rays on the way. Now, we do intercept the Oracle already. Good damage there by DNS. But this is a very defensive map. Again, we have a ramp, we have the high ground. It is very difficult to pull off one base all-ins on site Delta. As we catch the Oracle, no shot. Good kiting here, and the Oracle, it goes down, massive pick off. DNS already just reading MaxPax like a book. We have a backup shield battery on the way. It's going to be double shield battery. It's 3 gateways back at home, 4th gateway across the map. Oh, never mind. I thought the 4th gateway was being proxied. It is not. Oh, that means we're getting slow warp-ins across the map. That's a little bit unfortunate. Gonna be slow warp-ins from DNS. Still 4 gateways, but reinforcements will take a little bit more time. And again, we're pushing up a ramp into a Void Ray, into a Prismatic Alignment, into 2 shield batteries and an overcharge. This is not easy. The ideal for DNS is to drag the army out into the open, but there's no reason for MaxPax to do so. It's chilling. He has a Robo, he has an Immortal on the way. Gateways have been scouted. Backup pylon in production as well, so there's no Artosis pylon. There's a second pylon alongside it. Yeah, now we have 2 Void Rays. We have to make Prismatic Alignment, we have to respect it, we have to back up. Now, DNS doesn't lose any Stalkers, thankfully, but again, there's no breaking this, and we have bought enough time, and now we have an Immortal. Now, I think the best chance here for DNS is to try to get high ground vision and blink into the main, but there's no sentry, there's no way to gain high ground vision here. So this is looking better and better for MaxPax. Oh, a bit of a misclick there as well. Ah, that was unfortunate. I don't know if you saw, DNS, he was trying to target the Immortal to trigger the shields, but he targeted the rocks by accident. The rocks right behind the Immortal. Which is why you can see that they're weakened. There we go, we dive in, we go for the Void Rays. We get 1, we get 2. The Immortal still has its shields. We're barely breaking through that as well. We break through the Immortal, but another Immortal rocks up from the main base. Can we focus it down? Oh, it's costing us a lot. And we barely will, but it's we're down to 4 Stalkers. Down to 3, down to 2. We don't have enough. The Immortal holds, and MaxPax has defended. GG gets called. MaxPax fights back for Psystorm Na'Vi. GG. He did. Again, I do think that he had planned to be free tonight, which is why we did clear up our schedule. And here we go in the bottom left-hand corner. We have Spirit for Psystorm Na'Vi. And in the top right, we have his opponent. We have BattleB for Berserker eSports. Let's go. Whew. Let us go. But yes, from here, we are getting to our openers. Now, Dynasty is a wild one just because of the pocket goal base. Typically, traditionally, on this map, players will avoid that CC in the pocket base and we go for a standard base instead, just because it is very easy to punish with Reapers, with Cyclones, with early game tank aggression. That gold is so difficult to maintain. Usually the gold is taken as a 3rd or a 4th, but we'll see if either one of our players is brave enough to expand earlier on. We shall see. Meanwhile, if you're in the chat, predictions are open. Predictions, they're open for like 20 seconds. Place your bets in the chat while you can. Do you believe that BattleB can win it all for Berserker, or that Spirit can force the ace match? Best of luck. Best of luck with those predictions as they are about to close. As we're getting to our openers, it is going to be double gas from Spirit, double gas from BattleB. That is going to be a faster factory. That's going to be a delayed command center. So some more aggression from our players. I do believe. Believe, Papi, believe. And again, BattleB has been looking good recently. Like, I do think that Berserker, clearly they've taken this seriously. I do think that their strongest lineup is GunGFuBanDa, DNS, and BattleB. So Berserker, they're putting their best on the line here against Psystorm. And they are posing a threat. Like, again, impressive. Very impressive. They are still ahead in this series. You can see Spirit is checking the gold, making sure that we haven't rushed into it. You can see that both players have expanded at their regular base locations. As we mentioned, in TVT, it is considered unwise to take the gold just because it's so easy to punish. So, as a bit of a PSA, if you're out there, if you're looking for... I mean, if you don't veto this map on the ladder, if you don't veto it, then if you're in a TVT or even a TVP, you do want to avoid it in the early game. As we are getting into Reactor Reaper Hellion from the side of Spirits. Big Hellion volley goes off. Nice shuffling of the units. We do pick off the Reaper. Just barely. Hell, the Spirit trying to chase down the Reapers here. And it looks like he will get one. Oh, the body block. BattleB. Papi. Oh my god. That was crazy. The body blocking there by BattleB, locking down that Hellion. The Hellion is one shot away from going down, but it looks like it will get away. Phew, just barely. Will escape. You can see the intercepting Cyclone moving in. At the same time, Spirit pushing out with his additional Reapers and Hellions, going for the main. And BattleB might be out of position. Uh-oh. BattleB does catch one of these Hellions, but the Reapers, they get into the mid run. They're going for some SCVs. They're going for some worker damage. They get one. One SCV goes down. Ooh, so will the other. Two workers. Can we get a third? Can we get a fourth? They barely get a third SCV, and they will not get a fourth. 3 workers for 2 Hellions and for 1 Hellion and 2 Reapers. At the same time, we get across the map. Good counter damage there from BattleB. Very nicely done. BattleB going for a counter Cyclone drop. Meanwhile, Spirit did delay his own Cyclone production because of the Hellions. So there is a window. There's a window here where BattleB can get some damage done before the Cyclones of Spirit arrive. They're almost done, though. Oh, sorry. Those are the backup Cyclones. We already have 2. We're getting into 4. And BattleB has to retreat. We pull back, Papi. We pull back. Now, as Spirit is getting into Cyclone production, BattleB has already commenced tanks. That's a little bit terrifying. BattleB will have the tank lead. Tanks are getting up and running. BattleB getting into his Raven production. Spirit committing to mass Cyclone. This is an old school style. This was seen a lot more prevalently last patch. Committing this heavily into 8 to 12 Cyclones. You don't see it too often anymore. Just because of the nerf to the Cyclone. So I'm a little bit surprised. We'll see what Spirit can get done. It's still a very active style, I will say that. We pick off a depot. We do pick off a depot. We supply block BattleB. Good juggling here. We break the lock-ons. Oh. Oh my. The juggling, Pat. As BattleB does come out better in that trade, but no one loses anything. BattleB has to retreat, has to repair. Third CC's on the way for both players. Spirit does have quite a lead there on that third. And now Spirit is getting to tank production. But again, as a reminder, he's going to be behind in tanks for a little bit. BattleB supply blocked once again. Oof. BattleB, we need to get it together here. We need to calm down. Calm things down as we are still so close to taking that win. To claiming it for the team. Spirit moving out with 6 Cyclones. It's moving out. Checking the gold once again. Actually, we can elevate her into the pocket. Uh-oh. Yeah, we're going to be dropping over the wall. 6 Cyclones right into the main base as BattleB is pushing out. Uh-oh. Things are about to get rowdy. Okay, Spirit, he's not just going for Cyclone Harass, he's going for Ravens into the natural as well. And BattleB, do we turn back around or do we commit? We have to make a choice. He did freeze in the middle of the map for a second there. SCVs are falling. At the same time, SCVs are not safe in the natural either, and we're all in. It's all or nothing for BattleB. Yeah, we dive on the tank. The tank is going to be focused down. The DPS is too damn high. And now we have to focus across the map. Can BattleB break the defenses of Spirit? Good disables. We're disabled to all the tanks. 2 tanks go down, and BattleB, he does have a massive tank lead. Vikings do land, and we're pushing into the main. We have to camp the production. We have to go for the kill. BattleB, can we pull this off? The tanks, they're camping the factory. 1 tank does barely pop out. That was huge for Spirit. Tank does arrive, but I think it was targeted. Yeah, it gets chased down. We focus down the tank. Boys are being pulled from every angle, and we get a full surround of these tanks. No auto turrets. The tanks get cleaned up. The SCVs, they did a lot of damage. Again, if only we had 1 more auto turrets, or even 2 more. BattleB, he lost 30 SCVs, but he denied Stim. Stim is denied. A tank is on the way. Does pop out. We do try to dive on it, but we have repairs. Yeah, kiting against the SCVs. Remember, Spirit, he does have the 3rd. As I say that, force to lift. Force to lift up his 3rd base. Again, a lot of chaos ensuing. Both players down to 30 workers. 30 SCVs for both BattleB and Spirit. Spirit repositioning at his natural. Has a tank. Spirit. So BattleB backing off. Consolidating his forces. With these Vikings, he could go for the Ravens. There are 3 Ravens full of energy. That is the big advantage that Spirit has. Going for a drop as well. Bold move. But he has to. God, that Raven is so low. Spirit, he comes back home. He knows how much danger he's in. Do we have a disable? There's 2 tanks. We disable 1. The other does siege. Big tank volleys going off. We take down the tank on the low ground. We focus down the workers. BattleB is going to be cleaned up. He gets 9 worker kills. Was that worth it for BattleB? He does save his Ravens at least. Does save his Ravens. It did force Spirit back, but now he's going for his own drop. He's going for his own drop. Liberator has going to be continuing here. Still a very close game. I mean, BattleB does have a worker lead, but Spirit, he wants to catch the Ravens. He wants to catch him. Up! Oh, he pulls back! No, he misses! Spirit, does he though? He doesn't have Stim. Remember, Stim was cancelled earlier. Stim was denied, and without it, he cannot chase this down. Oh my god, Stim finishing up in 5 seconds, but 5 seconds too late. The Ravens! Oh my god. BattleB, calm down, Poppy. We get 6 SCVs across the map in the main. Good damage here from the lib. Freedom has arrived. Again, if Stim was done 100%, we clean up the Ravens and... I mean, it would have been a different game, to be honest. If we had Stim, Spirit would have had a much easier time defending, attacking, doing everything. That may have been the game-winning move here for BattleB. Vikings, they shut down the medevac. Oh, a massive pick-off. Medevac goes down. Marines as well. Yeah, Spirit losing his entire drop. And now we're pushing. Now, Spirit is behind in the workers, that is true, but Spirit is ahead in army supply, and he has Ravens full of energy. Spirit can still win a fight. He can disable, he can auto turrets. Spirit is pushing in, and he's not scouted. Oh. Yeah, late reaction here from BattleB. We get within range of the 3rd. Yeah, the tank's already sieged, and BattleB, he has to back up. He does have Ravens of his own. He could try and disable. He could try to break this. Liberator walks into Marines. Throw away the lid. We have the counter disables instead. And the counter disables. Disables everywhere. Now, Spirit, he can layer disables on top of this tank. There we go. Gets both. Auto turrets are thrown down as well. Likewise, the counter auto turret as well. Marines are being pulled. We do hold. BattleB does hold. He pulls the voids, collapsing on top of these tanks, and he will shut them down. Or does he? He overextends. BattleB bleeding out every single Marine. He does not break through the tanks. Ay, ay, ay. BattleB in a lot of trouble. That one tank did survive. We have to pull the boys again. The tanks are barely holding on here. Now it's going to be Spirit's turn to overextend. There we go. The tank's exposed. We drop on top of the tank. We can focus it down. Can we, though? We barely get the tank. Such a close defense. BattleB still has the higher worker counts. Spirit's still on 2 bases. But you can see Spirit, he's just microing his heart out, trying to break the third. He knows how close he is. And he's going for the gold. Now, this is high risk, high reward. If Spirit loses this army, if he loses control of the map, then he will lose the gold base as well. Like, that gold is so vulnerable. Sensor tower does complete. We have drop play available. BattleB, is he going to check the gold? That is the question. Is he going to head in that direction? As for now, he's trying to stabilize. So is Spirit with the gold base. That will make up for his low worker count. Spirit is still in this. And here comes the drop towards the gold. Spirit somewhat in position. We go for the scan. We get a tank. Clutch moves. BattleB does bleed out some Marines, but that was still a better trade for the blue Terran. Gets a tank, backs off. The problem here again is still the gold. Is Spirit, he's bouncing back. 2-2 is on the way for both players. I believe BattleB does have a drop ready towards the left-hand side, but I believe there's a spotter building there as well for Spirit. Yeah, we have depots towards the left and right-hand side. Looking to spot any kind of drop play. Speaking of drops, Spirit going for his own. Spirit is going to be spotted. BattleB taking his own golds on the rich Vespene Gas Geyser side. Let's go. And this is what you can do if you take the gold as your fourth, is you can go on the other side, and there is a rich Vespene Gas Geyser that you can take advantage of as well. So it is worth it. It is that much more worth it. Now what's scary is that TVT is one of those mirror matchups where there's a lot of comeback potential. Unlike some of the others, because TVT is that much more positional based, you can be down 20, 30 army supply, and if you're able to siege up first, if you're able to get some extra tank volleys off, then you can win a fight. You can still win a fight here. On top of that, Raven control as well. So this is not a done deal for BattleB. Yes, he has a lead, that is true, which is nice for him. But he still has to be wary. He still has to be very careful with how he pushes. He cannot be too overconfident. As we have a Dune drop on the right-hand side. Likewise, BattleB fanning out his units. Getting eyes on the depot. Dune drop is coming in. This is another reason why like TVT is so chaotic, is because you can just go for Dune drops as well. And if you Dune drop and if you outposition your opponent that way, then you can just win the game as well. So this drop is very high risk, high reward. The downside here is that Spirit has a lot of Marines that are not defending back at home. If BattleB push, I mean BattleB's maxed out. Spirit, he's almost there. Because BattleB's maxed out, he won't have much at home to defend. He won't have any reinforcements. Any rallying units from the production, and we're pushing in. We just scan each other. The Ravens lead the charge, we get some disables! And BattleB is going for the kill at the same time. Spirit going for his Dune drop across the map, forcing the base trade. And BattleB turns back around. Ooh, okay, he loses the natural, and he needs to get some counter damage done as we're busting into the main. Spirit. Again, this drop, can we pop up? Do make it back home in time? We get our missile. At the same time, we have another army pushing towards the gold. And I'm not sure if BattleB is there. He does deny the gold at least. And we have some tanks. But the tanks are exposed. Yeah, we sim on forward. We get 1, we get 2, we get 3, we get every single tank. Yeah, BattleB is being pulled apart. Is that going to be a kill on another base? Oh, we get 27 worker kills. And BattleB's economy is in shambles. We're going for another drop into the main. BattleB, did he leave anything in the main base? Does he have anything in position? The answer, I don't think he does. As he drops into the main, and BattleB's economy, again, almost non-existent here. He will clean this up with his Vikings. And BattleB needs to counterattack. He needs to counterattack. He is all in at this point. Now, BattleB, he has a massive army. He's got 141 army supply against the 99 of Spirit. We need to push. We need to go here and now. The longer this goes on, the better it is for Spirit, as Spirit now has a better economy. He's going to be able to remax. He's going to be able to rebuild. But pushing into all these tanks, it's not easy. And you can see here that Spirit, he's closing that gap in supply. Building up more tanks, more Marines. BattleB still hurting. Again, BattleB is maxing out. What's important here is that now he's up to 156 army supply. Jeez, that's a lot of army. He can take a fight. He has Ravens. Spirit does not. The armies are clashing. We do get an anti-armor missile off. But Spirit breaks through. He breaks through towards the CC. Yeah, takes down a tank at the planetary. BattleB, he does deny the base across the map. Takes down the planetary, shuts down the push. BattleB, he does defend, and he attacks as well. That's what's important. He denies the base. Even though Spirit has more workers, he doesn't really have many bases to make use of. He's down to a 2-base economy. You can see that he lifted up his main base. He's lifting his main. Lifted his natural as well. Oh, we have tanks! We have tanks in position. BattleB, he does hold on. Shuts down the army, takes down some SCVs, and now we push. And BattleB, he should have this. We do have another drop coming in from Spirit. You can see it towards the north. It's working its way towards the goal, but it goes down. The drop, I think it went down to a turret. Ay, ay, ay. It happened off screen. BattleB, send it, Papi. He's still so close. Yeah, we disable the tanks. We push on forward. We have a massive tank lead here for BattleB. And it looks like he has done it. Even with like a counterattack and like a base trade scenario, BattleB is going to be perfectly fine. Yeah, the tanks, they don't even need siege. GG gets called, and BattleB does it. He takes game number 1, takes down Spirit, and Berserker eSports win the series versus Psystorm Na'Vi. Mate, when the Doom drop came in and when BattleB was caught out of the map and when he turned around without killing the gold, I was worried. I was very concerned there for BattleB. I mean, for good reason. BattleB lost like 50 SCVs. He went down to 30 workers, even less than that. Barely had an economy, but he maintained his army. He maintained his army. He was able to stay on a high army supply there. And with that, take it in the end. And now we're getting into game number 2. We have Spirit looking to redeem himself in the bottom left, and we have BattleB in the top right. Oh my god. Let's go. Now, as a heads up, Berserker have already won this series, but they will still play out this second game for map score and for individual player standing as well. Individual player score is kept track of for invites to Masters Coliseum at the end of the season. On top of that, map score is important when it comes to tiebreakers, when it comes to the playoffs. So there's a little bit less on the line, but still something on the line here. On top of that, I think there's a bonus for map wins as well. There's like a bonus paid out, if I remember correctly. Yes, every map won except the ace match during the regular season will give an additional 250 yen. So yes, there is a bonus amount of prize money paid out for every map win as well. So even if you end up losing here, if Spirit wins an extra map, then they do get some extra money as well. So just as a heads up. There's actually a lot of bonuses. I didn't actually see this. There's ELO awards. Apparently, they also have a bonus for most ELO increased player for top 3. That's actually really cool. So for the most improved player over the course of the season. That's really sick. So yeah, there is money on the line. Money, standings, ELO. Oh. Such a hard game, but BattleB really played great. He did. Like, BattleB, man, he went Super Saiyan. He was crazy. Popped up. He went Berserker. That's what the B in BattleB stands for, Battle. Confirmed. See Feral in the chats. I knew the outcome already, but let's fucking go. Aye. Let's go. This year's WTL is just upset after upset, and I'm here for it. Yeah, some really sick upsets have been occurring. I mean, we did always have a couple of upsets here and there. Like, upsets, they're the most common in WTL, but I would agree that the rate feels a little bit higher. Especially because we're so early on in the season, right? It's like, it's still only week 2. And a lot of these underdogs, they've been popping up. It's great to see. Great to see, as we do have our initial Reaper Hellion moving out across the map. BattleB did go for a Cyclone opener instead of Hellion once again. So BattleB's CC is going to be delayed for a moment, but we're going to be able to maintain our position here. Getting into our 1-1-1 and going for a Cyclone drop. Now, as a reminder, if you remember, in the last game, Spirit did go for a mass Cyclone. I believe he went up to 8 Cyclones. It was like 6 to 8. I think it was 8. We'll see if he does that again. Again, it's a little bit old school. It's not really seen too often anymore, just because it's out of fashion, out of favor in the new patch. We'll keep an eye on Spirit. BattleB getting into earlier tank production as he's cutting Cyclones earlier on. BattleB already has 1 tank getting into his second. Meanwhile, I believe Spirit is making his tech lab on the factory. So we're not going into reactored Cyclones. So Spirit, he's adjusting. Yeah, you can see here, he's adjusting. He's not going mass Cyclone again. He's going for earlier tanks. BattleB still has faster tanks, bear that in mind. Yeah, still faster for our blue Terran. So do dip in across the map. We get a Marine. Do back off. Nothing major. Oh, the Battle Berserker. Yeah, let's go. I'm just catching up in the chat. Oh, we were invested, Bobby. We were invested in BattleB. It's beautiful. Speaking of, we do see Spirit trying to catch that medevac. We do manage to boost away just barely. The medevac will slip away and escape the clutches of those Cyclones. Behind this 3rd CC on the way, BattleB going for another factory. Bobby, is BattleB playing mech? That is a 2nd factory on the way, and I would not be surprised if we see a 3rd factory as well. Oh boy. Spirit, of course, investing into a faster 3rd CC, getting into bioplay. But yeah, we have Vikings amassing. This looks like mech. Does look like mech here from BattleB. I was looking forward to like maybe going to sleep before 2 a.m. in the morning, but nah, Papi, no, that's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. We're in for a long one. Let's go. Yeah, we're making 2 tanks at a time. Now, to be fair, about what BattleB is doing, I'm talking about mech, and I'm talking about like a longer game. Because of how high the tank count is for BattleB, we could actually go for a 2-base all-in. Like, there are some actually really early, really crisp mech timings you can go for that can hit like a truck. Like, it's insane how hard they hit. And what's scary here is that because we're prioritizing Viking production, and here we go, we're pushing, even though we have all these Ravens for Spirit, and the Ravens are the saving grace, but the Vikings they can zone them away. If the Vikings are able to zone away those Ravens, then Spirit is going to be in a lot of trouble. We're going to have to sack them. We're going to have to just commit with the Ravens. We need to disable, otherwise it could all be over here and now. Here comes the all-in. BattleB, he's on 4 tanks. Did I say 4? He's on 5 tanks. His reinforcement line is a little bit awkward, is what I will say. 2 tanks on the high ground. We are siege, we are in position, but again, BattleB, he has the counter disables available. And we're going in. And here we go. We get 2. Both tanks are disabled. We dive on the army. And there are so many tanks. Too many tanks are disabled here. And BattleB, he's mowing his way through. Oh my god, he breaks the 3rd base, shuts down all the tanks. And there's no saving this. We even chase down the Ravens. There's 1 tank left, but there's so much here to work with. The boys are being pulled into tank fire. Yeah, massive tank volleys going off. The friendly fire is insane, by the way. Oh my god! The friendly fire, the tanks, they do kill themselves there towards the end. SCVs, they do fight back. And Spirit, he's holding. Spirit, he's holding on. He shuts down the army. Initially, things were looking good, but that battle at the natural was insane, and Spirit does hold. And what's worrisome is that, yes, Spirit did lose a lot of SCVs. Spirit is down in workers, but he has triple orbital. He has 3 CCs, 3 orbitals. He can mule. He can make 3 workers at a time. Spirit, he can recover. And BattleB was so committed there. He doesn't have any upgrades. We have 1-1 finishing up for Spirit. That was designed to kill. That was meant to kill there, and BattleB didn't quite pull it off. So Spirit is in this. He's in this game. So we get the Cyclones in that mineral line. SCV's going down in the natural. BattleB having a hard time. And we have a drop here on the right-hand side as well. We have tanks, but they might be out of range. Yeah, so we ignore the 3rd. We go for the main. We go for the main base. SCVs are going down. And Spirit, he's the first to siege up. Takes out a tank. Takes out 2 tanks. Oh my god, very efficient trade. 16 SCVs go down. And Spirit is being cleaned up, but he traded it insanely well. The Liberator shows up. Liberation has arrived. There's no anti-air. We're picking BattleB apart. 23 workers full. And any kind of deficit that Spirit once had is not there. It's not there, not anymore. Spirit, he's up in workers. He's up in army supply. Now, there is a higher tank count, which is difficult to push into. Yeah, that's an insane tank line. We cannot push up the ramp, but we can rotate around towards the 4th. Speaking of, BattleB is attempting to get into his 4th. He's working on +1 vehicle weapons. But his rotation is late. His tanks are late here. We get 1. Well, we take down all the Vikings. And we can shut down the orbital. We can shut down the command center. It's gonna fall. GG gets called. It's too much to handle. Spirit does redeem himself in game number 2. A very, very close game, though. BattleB was so close to pulling off that all-in. Everything was aligning. He disabled the tanks. He shut down the 3rd base. But his tanks were bunched up. And because of that, when the boys were pulled, we surrounded every single tank. We forced so much friendly fire, and we cleaned it up. Very impressive defense there by Spirit. Things were looking dire. But he made the best out of a bad situation. Did shut down the push. But regardless, congratulations to Berserker eSports, because they won where it mattered most, when it mattered most. Shout out to DNS, to GunGFuBanDa, and for BattleB. All 3 players here for Berserker, they all did their part. They all added. And they all really showed off here tonight. Very impressive stuff. GG, well played. Berserker showing off that they may have had a rough season in previous seasons of WTL. In 2023, they may have had a harder time in WTL, but here, this is a big win. big win for Berserker. GG, well played. Ooh, and we have our standings. We have Team Vitality as number 1. I almost said My Insanity. We have Mystery Gaming as number 2. Shopify, TL, Berserker, and DKZ as the top 6. Followed by Platinum Heroes, the SLT, Offside, Basilisk are at the bottom of the rankings, by the way. Psystorm and Twisted Fairy. As a reminder, this is Basilisk without Serral. Bear that in mind, and they're having a hard time finding their footing here. Basilisk are having a hard time finding their footing. They are last season's runner-up. We expect a lot. We expect a lot from Basilisk. And to be fair, it's still early rounds. It's still the first 2 weeks. We still have many more weeks ahead of us. 9 more weeks of WTL. Basilisk, they have plenty of opportunity to bounce back, but not the best start for them. And I do single them out. I do single out Basilisk just because they did have a really strong showing last season. They popped off, and not even last season, even the season before that as well. Basilisk is one of the stronger teams in the team league. So again, we'll see if they can recover in the coming weeks, in the coming months. And I'm sure they will. I'm sure they will. They still have a hefty roster. Whew, as we're done here for the night. We are done. We're wrapping up here for the night. Oh, that is not... Oh, there we go. Had the wrong series showing. But we are wrapping up for the night, and we are going to be back tomorrow. Tomorrow is Monday. You know what that means? ESL Open Cup Asia is going to be tomorrow in less than 24 hours. In how long? Let's double check. ESL Open Cup Asia is going to be tomorrow in... Where is it? Is it not on TL? ESL. In less than 20, that's all you need to know. In less than 24 hours, we are going to have our next tournament is going to be ESL Open Cup Asia. So if you want some Korean on Korean action, then we got you covered. 17 hours, there we go. 17 hours and 50 minutes is going to be EPT Asia. So make sure you mark your calendars, you set your alarms for basically 18 hours time. You know, quick math on stream. And yeah, we'll see you guys then. We'll see you guys then for some weekly Korean action. I'm sure Raynor's going to be there as well. Raynor, he has been there every week for the past month or so, even over a month, as he's also living in Korea. So it's a really good way to kind of showcase Raynor versus all the Koreans. It's always a lot of fun. Showcasing players like Hero, Dark, Classic, Beyond, Cure, you name them. They're probably going to be there. The only player that doesn't compete in EPT Open Cups is Maru. Maru is the only player that you don't see. Everyone else should be there. Otherwise, thank you for watching. Thank you for watching. Thanks for the support. We'll see you guys tomorrow for ESL Open Cup Asia. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching, everyone. Massive shout out to all the winning teams here tonight. Big upsets, which is something we always love to see. Payouts are going to be... We're going to have those payouts in the chat. And if you want to join the prediction game, if you want to join those predictions, I know I didn't get to showcase them. It was a bit of a chaotic stream. But you can join the prediction game over on our channel, over in the Discord. Oh, where are we? What did I get here tonight? Oh, I struggled here this week. Oh god. I got first place in close enough rankings. That's close enough. But basically, we keep track of everyone's predictions, and we're going to keep track of them and rank ourselves over the course of the season of WTL. So if you want to join, then join our join our Discord, and you can take part in the prediction game. Otherwise, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Until then, thanks so much for watching. We'll see you guys next time. Ciao, papi, ciao, hasta luego. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Discord. See you tomorrow.